Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today we are going to take a look at using a low gain pedal as a preamp. So here I have a Hubcap John, get into focus, Hubcap John Bluesmaker, which is a JSA Bluesmaker in a tobacco tin, and a JSA Bluesmaker is a clone of a Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal. I also have the ever wonderful Underfluked FuZR. Now, this is my absolute favourite fuzz pedal and works really well for this demo. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting the fuzz pedal into the Bluesmaker, into the Torpedo 2 Notes cab simulator VST on Reaper. So all that'll be is a cab sim with a slight bit of post amp on it. The point is that the Bluesmaker, or the Bluesbreaker, is itself a clone of the Bluesbreaker amp. And I never thought about this until JSA mentioned it, but it's designed to respond just like an amplifier. So if you put pedals into it and then into a perfectly clean amp, what you actually get is a very tube-like natural distortion, which gets naturally pushed and naturally shaped, shapes the tone of anything that goes into it. So I'm going to play you with the Bluesmaker, without the Bluesmaker, and then the FuZR going into it with and without the Bluesmaker as well. Just so you can hear what it does to the tone. It doesn't necessarily make anything better or worse, it just changes the tone. I really like it because essentially, as I said, it's like going into a tube amp. Now the guitar I'll be using today is one you won't have seen yet unless you've been on Instagram with me, which is this Squier 2004 Telecaster, which I will tell you more about in an upcoming video. The squeaky chair. Anyway, let's get into the demo. there you have it. Combining high gain fuzzy type tones into a low gain rather than doing it the other way round can give you some really cool and interesting tones. And for me, if I'm not sure of what amp I'm going to be using, putting this at the end of the chain can really, really change the dynamics of how my guitar will sound, and gives me a lot more control of how kind of ampy it feels rather than just going straight into a PA or something. Obviously, you need a cab sim after it, but or going into a cab or whatever, or just going into a clean amp. But it just gives you the extra bit of shaping and a little bit of extra warmth that you wouldn't get necessarily going into a clean or even just a cheap solid state amp. So yeah, Bluesbreaker style pedals are an awesome addition to your board. If you're interested, I'll put the link to Hubcap John down below. I'll also put the link to the FuZR down below. You can find a proper review of this on my channel as well. I'll put a link up here somewhere. Recommend both amazing pedals. Thank you to Hubcap John for sending this out. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me your tips that may or may not seem intuitive, and I will speak to you later. Cheers, guys.